Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will study a new topic, type arthropods, subtype Helicerae, class arachnids, pathogens and vectors of human diseases. I am Andrei Fedorovich Pavlov, is assistant of the Department of General and Molecular Biology. On this slide show lesson plan which consists of 7 pounds. First, the main features of the organization of the arthropod type, systematic of arthropods. Second, characteristics of the order of ticks, the influence of parasitism on the biology of ticks. Third, morphology and life cycle of a tiger tick. Measures for the prevention of tick-borne encephalitis. Fourth, morphological features of the pasture tick, its medical significance. Fifth, characteristics of the Argus mite family, medical significance. Sixth, morphology life cycle, pathogenic effect of scabious itch, diagnosis and prevention of scabies. And seventh, granular acne is a causative agent of dermodicosis. Characteristics shared by all arthropods include exoskeletons made of chitin, highly developed sense organs, jointed limbs. The limbs must be jointed like the joints in a suit of armor. Since the exoskeleton is rigid and cannot bend to allow movement. Segmented bodies, ventral nervous system. Ventral means in front, so this means that arthropods nervous system run along the front of their bodies near the stomach instead of along their backs like the spinal cords of animals. Bilateral symmetry. This means that the left and right sides of an arthropod are the same. It will have the same number and arrangement of legs, eyes on the right side of its body as on the left. On this slide shows systematics of the arthropod type, which consist of subtypes trilobites or trilobita in Latin, Gill brothers, branchiata, Helicera, Helicerata, tracheal breathing, Tracheata, classes, crustaceans, in Latin, crustacea, arachnids, in Latin, arachnida, and insects, in Latin, insecta. Class crustans consist of lower classes and higher classes. Now, lower classes consist of branchiforms, in Latin Cladotera, and copepod, in Latin Copepoda. High classes consist of decapod, in Latin Decapoda. Class arachnids consist of scorpions, spiders, and ticks. Class insects consist of cockroaches, lice, fleas, and diptera. Ticks, Acarina, have a fused, non-segmented body, in which they separate the idiosome, the body itself, and the gnetosome, the proboscis. The oral apparatus of the gnawing, cutting, sucking, or other types. Breathing is tracheal or the entire surface of the body in small mites. Development with metamorphosis: egg, larva, nymph, sexually mature individual. The number of nymphal stages is from 1 to 6. There are orders of parasitiforms and cercoptiform or acariform ticks. On this slide show morphological view of tiger tick, dorsal view and ventral view. Attention please. You should see on dorsal view, tiger tick consists of capitulum, scutum, basis capitula, cervical groove, and marginal groove. Ventral view consists of internal spur, external spur, spirocular plate, anus, genital aperture, genital groove, and anal groove. Morphology of of the tiger tick. The body weight of hungry ticks is up to 6 to 8 millimeter. A well-fed female can reach 2 or 3 centimeter in late. The body idiosome is oval in shape or fused. The proboscis or gnetosome consists of a base, a pair of helixra, an unpaired serrated plate hippostome, and 4 membered palps that serve to select the place of suction. The dorsal shield in females, larvae, and nymphs covers only the anterior part of the dorsum. In males, the dorsum is completely covered with a shield. On the abdominal side, in the anterior third of the body, there is a sexual opening. In the posterior third, the anal opening. An accurate furrow is characteristics covering the opening in front and ending at the posterior end of the body anal flaps. The middle intestine is females has a large number of blindly ending outgrowth that serve as reservoirs for drinking blood. At the ends of the paws are a pair of claws and suckers. The development of ticks proceeds as follows. In May and June, after feeding on the blood, the female lays eggs, from which after a few weeks the larvae hatch. They are larger than a poppy seed and have only 3 pairs of legs. The larvae attack small forest animals and birds. They seek blood for 3-4 days, then leave their feeders and go to the forest floor. There they molt, turning into the next phase of development nymphs, which are larger and already have 4 pairs of limbs. After our wintering, the nymphs similarly go on a hunt, but choose larger victims, squirrels, chipmunks, hares, hedgehogs. The nourished nymph turns into either uh, a female or a male after a year, which can infect us with the virus. Males can suck for a short time in order to replenish the supply of nutrients and water in the body, but females normally suck blood for 6 or 10 days. The well-fed female becomes the size of the phalanx of the little finger, and its integuments acquire a dirty gray color with a metallic tinge. After feeding, the female goes to the forest floor and digests the blood, begins to lay eggs, laying 1 and 5 and 2 and 5 thousand eggs. Thus, the development cycle of the tiger tick lasts at least 3 years and can be delayed for 4 to 5 years. During this time, the ticks feed only 3 times, while out of thousands of larvae, only a few dozen adults are taught. The rest do not manage to survive. For humans, only adult females and males are dangerous, while larvae and nymphs do not pose a threat. On this slide shows life cycle tiger tick in scheme. Personal prevention consists of inspection after a stay in the forest and in the field, the use of repellents, wearing closed overalls in the taiga. Public prevention consists of destruction of ticks in nature and on domestic animals with the help of acaricides. First aid in tick-borne encephalitis. The place of suction of the tick is lubricated with an iodine tincture. Diluted with water, a loop of strong thread is drawn on the proboscis of the tick, tightened at the very surface of the skin and pulled out after swimming from side to side. If the proboscis remains in the body. A dark dot remains at the site of suction. The remaining proboscis is removed with a needle. The place of suction is lubricated with iodine. Morphological features of the pasture tick, its medical significance. Pasture tick, in Latin Dermacentra marginatus, species of ticks from the genus Dermacenter carry pathogens of tick-borne encephalitis. Omsk hemorrhagic fever, tularemia, tick-borne North Asian rickettsiosis, tick-borne North Asian typhus, Q fever. In addition, they are an important carrier of pyroplasmosis in dogs. Feeders of young forms of ticks of the genus Dermacentra are small rodents, mice or wolves, voles. Therefore, the number of these ticks is directly related to the number of mouse-like rodents. These ticks are easily distinguished by the white pattern on the dorsal shield. They also differ in the manner of eating. The tick makes a few tentative punctures before it begins to suck blood. Dermacenter marginatus pasture tick is found in the steppes and forest steppes of the European part of Russia, Transcaucasia, Kazakhstan, in the mountains of Central Asia, in the south of Western Siberia, in the plain and mountains steppes, in the forest steppe, in mountain forests, pastures, Jules, footplain, mid-downs, forest belts. Characteristics of the ergosmite family, medical significance. Morphology. The body is elongated or oval ovate. The proboscis is located on the ventral side. The dorsal shield is absent. The chitinous cover is small, brown. The welt on the edge of the body is characteristic. Sexual dimorphism is weakly expressed. Uh, Life cycle ergosmite family. Inhabitants of burrows, caves, and living quarters. They feed on the blood of any vertebrate that has entered the shelter. Blood sucking lasts from 3 to minutes to 60 minutes, depending on the ambient temperature. After feeding, the female lays several hundred eggs. Adult ticks feed repeatedly, allowing up to 1,000 eggs in their lifetime at annual intervals. Larvae emerge from the eggs after 11 to 30 days. Metamorphosis is possible only after feeding. The duration of feeding of the larva is up to several days. With a favorable temperature and timely nutrition, the development cycle lasts 128 to 287 days. Ornithodorus papillaris. In nature, it usually takes 1 to 2 years, due to the ability to fast for a long time, up to 10 years, and several nymphal stages, 2 or 8. The duration of the development cycle can reach 25 years. Medical significance. Temporary ectoparasite of humans and animals. At the site of the bite, there is usually a dark red nodule with a pale inflammatory belt, which then turns into a hemorrhagic papule with a bruise up to 8 millimeter in diameter. Accompanied by severe itching. Ticks of the genus Ornithodorus and are carriers of tick-borne recurrent typhus. Transferal and transverse transmission of the pathogen has been established. Morphology, life cycle, pathogenic effect of scabious itch. Diagnosis and prevention of scabies. The body of the tick is a white oval. The female is 0 and 3 millimeter long, and the male is 0 and 2 millimeter. The dorsal side is convex. In the middle part, there are numerous triangular scales and several pairs of spiny bristles. The legs are short, ending is suckers of hairs. The eyes are mission oral apparatus of the gnawing type. Breathing with the entire surface of the body. Localization: the epidermis mainly affected areas of the body with delicate skin, uh, uh, thin skin, interdigital folds, flexor surface of the limbs, armpits, abdomen, perineum. Infection occurs through contact with the patient through bed linen, household items. Survival outside the host body at a temperature of 8 or 14 degrees Celsius, up to 3 weeks, 18 20 degrees 2-3 days. Once on the skin, the females gnaw through passages 2-3 millimeter long per day, in which they lay 20-30 eggs during their lifetime. Development is indirect. Eggs larva two-stage of the nymph. Now, lasts 9-14 days. They feed on the cells of the epidermis. Life expectancy up to 2 months. Clinical diagnostics consist of skin itching that increases at night, characteristic skin passages. Laboratory diagnostics consist of microscopy in drop of glycerin, of scraping from the skin taken from the end of the scabious passage. Personal prevention consists of compliance with the rules of personal hygiene. Public prevention consists of identification and treatment of patients. Gradular acne of the causative agent of demodicosis. clinic causes blockage of the hair sac and duct of the sebaceous gland. In the case of bacterial infection, purulent acne appears on the skin. With a long course of the disease and mass infection, the skin becomes wrinkled, hyperemic. Pustules are formed with a release of lymph. Eyebrows and eyelashes fall out. Laboratory diagnostics consist of microscopy of the contents of oil or hair uh, bulb in a drop of glycerol. Thank you for your attention. Bye.